Alright, you beautiful Python developers, welcome back. So in the last couple of videos, we have been learning about the basics of asynchronous programming. From now on, we are going to see actual example of asynchronous programs being used. So our first example is actually getting movie tickets, which we discussed at the starting of our asynchronous discussion at the first, second, third video kind of. But yeah, we are going to start discussing, we are going to actually start learning real life examples. So in this example, which we are going to try and replicate in code, we had two main aims. The first main aim is to get movie tickets, which is going to take us 7 minutes. I'm going to assume that it's going to take us 7 minutes to get movie tickets, and then it's going to take us 3 minutes to like Instagram pictures. And these are the two main tasks that we need to do: get movie tickets and like Instagram pictures. So let's assume that first we are standing in line. In synchronous programming, we are going to stand in line, and for 7 minutes we are going to get our movie tickets. And only after getting our movie tickets, we will start liking our Instagram pictures, and that's going to take 3 minutes. So a total of 10 minutes. Now, what if while standing in line, we start liking Instagram pictures instead of waiting for the line to end? So while standing in line for 7 minutes, we started liking Instagram pictures. So that means that if these extra 3 minutes of liking Instagram pictures don't exist, that's why it's only taking us 7 minutes to get both of the tasks done. And that is an example of asynchronous program, and we're going to try and replicate that in code. So first of all, let's actually create an example of our synchronous program. So first of all, what we need to do is get movie tickets. So we're just going to create a function, and inside that, let's just create a function. Let's call it get movie tickets, and inside that we are going to sleep. Let's actually import our time module so that we can sleep for 7 minutes. Actually, I'm not going to write in 7. So let me actually first just import time, and then actually let's just sleep for 3 seconds instead of 7 minutes, because that's going to be too long to replicate that. So I'm just going to write time dot sleep, and let's sleep for 3 seconds. So I'm going to assume that to get our movie tickets, it's taking us 3 seconds. And after 3 seconds, I'm just going to print out that I got the movie tickets. Pretty simple. And then we're just going to copy and paste this for liking our Instagram pictures. And instead of get movie tickets, let's just write like underscore IG for liking Instagram pictures. And let's say it takes us 1 second. I'm just going to assume that instead of 3 minutes, it's taking us 1 second to like Instagram pictures. And over here, we can just write finished Instagram. Yeah, we liked all the pictures on Instagram. And then we are just going to create another function. Let's just call it the main function, which is going to handle all of the execution of both of these functions. And first of all, we are just going to call our get movie tickets function, and then we are just going to call our like underscore IG function. So the execution of both of them should take around 4 seconds, because we are sleeping for 3 seconds in get movie tickets, and we are sleeping for 1 second in liking Instagram pictures. So now we just have to run our main program. So I'm just going to write main over here, and to calculate the execution of time that took us to execute this program, what I'm also going to do is I'm going to create a variable called start, which will have the time value when we start the execution of our program. So I'm just going to write time.time, and then we need the end time. So I'm just going to write after all the things have been done. So after our main program, I'm just going to write end equals to time.time, which will calculate when the time at which our code has ended, the program has ended. And to see the speed of execution, I'm just going to print out the time of execution, and we're going to print out end minus start, which should give us the total time in seconds. So now let's run this and see how it looks. So when we run this, it's going to sleep for 3 seconds, and then it's going to sleep for 1 second. And you can see that we got the movie tickets, and only after getting the movie tickets, we started liking Instagram pictures. And the time of execution was actually 4 seconds, just like we calculated. 3 plus 1 is equals to 4. Now, if we do asynchronous programming, instead of taking 4 seconds, it should only take us 3 seconds to execute this program. So let's see how we are going to do that. So for that, we are first going to import the async IO module, which will help us do asynchronous programming and write our coroutines. And instead of this function, we are actually going to convert this into a coroutine, and we are going to do the same thing with our like Instagram function, and we are also going to do the same thing with our main function. So now let's actually run this, and it's actually going to give us errors because we haven't really created an event loop to run our coroutines or anything. But just for fun's sake, let's just run it. and it says coroutine main was never awaited. So what we can do is, how do you run a coroutine? We have already discussed that. You write an async.io.run and you write the name of coroutine, when in our case is called the main. And let's run it again and let's see what now error we get. We get that coroutine get movie tickets was never awaited, and the same thing with like IG. So what we can do is, instead of first of all, what we need to change is, instead of this time.sleep, because whenever you are using async IO module inside our coroutine, this time.sleep doesn't work. So what we need to do instead of time.sleep is async IO.sleep. And what this does is, it gives us a coroutine. This returns a coroutine object async IO.sleep. As you can see in the description above, that says coroutine that completes after a given time. And because it's a coroutine in itself, we also can await that. So we can wait for this to finish. So we can just write await over here. And we're going to do the same thing for our like_ig function. So I'm going to copy and paste this over here. And now we need to await these two functions. So I'm just going to write await, because in our errors, it says that you need to await, and await can only be inside another coroutine. That's why we have created this main function. So now we have added a wait keyword inside our get movie tickets. So it's going to wait, it's going to pause our main function, and it's going to jump to our get movie tickets coroutine. And then it's going to sleep for 3 seconds, and then it's going to print out get movie tickets. And we're going to do the same thing with our like_ig. So let's copy that and paste this over here, and let's run it and see how it looks. And so it's going to wait for 3 seconds, and then it's going to print out get movie tickets, and then it's going to wait for 1 second, and it's going to print out finish Instagram, and the speed of execution is just 4 seconds. Now this is kind of like an asynchronous program. What we have done over here is kind of synchronous. It's not saving us any time. It's still 4 seconds. If we use asynchronous programming, it should be actually done in 3 seconds. So how we can do that? We can do that by something known as create task. Because we want to like our Instagram pictures while waiting in movie tickets, while waiting in line for movie tickets, what we can do is, we can convert this get movie tickets to a task, so that while doing this task, we can like our Instagram pictures. And how do you convert it into a task? You're just going to write task1 equals to, and to create a task, you write an async IO dot create task, create_task. This is the function that we use, and this requires a coroutine. So our coroutine is get movie tickets. And let's actually run this and see how it looks. So let's actually run this over here, and now it's going to wait for our just finish Instagram. It's printed out finish Instagram, and the speed of execution is 1 second. So it completely skipped out on our got movie ticket section. It didn't even see that, because it just jumped to that, hey, it's going to sleep for 3 seconds. So let me just jump to like_ig coroutine, and then it's just finished Instagram. It didn't wait for get movie tickets to get finished. And when we want to wait for something to get finished, we are just going to write in await, and we're just going to add in task1 in front of it. And let's just run this now, and let's see how it looks. So first it finished liking Instagram pictures, and while it was waiting in line, it liked our Instagram pictures, and then it finally got the movie tickets. And this time the speed of execution was just 3 seconds. So just like the example that we learned at the starting of this video, that instead of doing things one by one, we can actually wait in line, and while waiting in line, we liked Instagram pictures. So the speed at which we got the job done was actually very, very fast, and the time taken was reduced. Now, if you ever get confused as to which one should be created into a task, why didn't we not convert like_ig into a task? Whenever we want to get something done while waiting, so for example, while waiting in line, we wanted to like our Instagram pictures. So our main task was to get movie tickets, and then while getting movie tickets, we liked Instagram pictures. So that is why we converted this into a task. But what you can also do, if you get confused as to I don't know which one to convert into a task, what you can simply do is convert like_ig also into a task, so that you don't have to worry about which one we have to convert into a task. And we're just gonna call it task2, and that's pretty much it. Let's just run it again. And first of all, it's gonna finish Instagram liking pictures, and then it's get the movie tickets, and this time the speed of execution is just 3 seconds. So now let's actually go to our actual example and use the same value. So for example, let's say it takes us 7 minutes to get our movie tickets, and it takes us 3 seconds to like our Instagram pictures. So now I'm just gonna run that, and I'm gonna make it a little bit quicker so that we don't have to wait for 10 seconds. I'm gonna edit this video. So after 3 seconds, it finished liking Instagram pictures, and after a total of 7 seconds, it got both of the jobs done. So it only took us 7 seconds, as we discussed in our example, to get both of the jobs done. So guys, this is pretty much it for this video. I hope you understood a little bit better of how asynchronous programming done. Obviously, this is just the first example. As we learn about more examples, things will get a lot better. So I'll see you in the next example in the future videos. Peace out.